talked about this in a previous show, is that even the people who are cooperating, their hands might be as dirty as whoever they are standing in that courtroom and pointing out, saying,
I've seen him do it.
so because the and it is true. It is true because he was the only one who thought so. The prosecutor tried to get him locked up until trial. And what happened is that was last Thursday, from what I recall. Let me see. Yeah, it's Thursday, Wednesday, and the judge imposed a gag order that was previously requested by the prosecutor, which cites that he is not allowed to communicate with the media after this one. So they gave him the space. Now he's leaking. You give him a finger and he will take your whole arm, it seems like. I mean, it's crazy if you think about it. Let me see.
Even, even if you even if you don't think about it, it's crazy.
It's crazy. The lawyer,
Yeah.
the lawyer said, let me zoom in for you guys. Let me zoom in. You can make this up.
I'm very mindful.
Mark Cohen.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
I
Shout
so
out,
can,
shout out to Kanye, man.
a lawyer for Bankman-Fried
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
said his client was trying to merely protect his reputation by
Yeah.
communicating with journalists,
Yeah.
and that it really would be almost impossible to prepare for the October 2nd trial if Bankman-Fried was jailed.
Let me read it again. A lawyer for Bankman-Fried said his client was trying merely to protect his reputation by communicating with journalists publicly, and that it really would be almost impossible to prepare. It's amazing, man. It's amazing how
How you framed it?
yeah.
Because hey, I've seen cases, I've heard of cases of people being locked up while the lawyer is preparing the case. So
Usually
I don't know.
yeah, I mean, and he's a flight risk. He has too much influence to be a free man, in my opinion. He should be in jail.
Hey, it's crazy. It's crazy if you think about it, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. He pleaded, of course, not guilty, and allegedly, according to this article, the man had more than 1,000 calls with journalists. 1,000 phone calls. A thousand. Basically trying to rehabilitate his reputation. I think they are trying to. Maybe I'm seeing the strategy already. Will the strategy be that everything will be pointed towards Allison? Are they setting it up, the play, and let it skip, let it develop, skip?
Let it develop, Skip. Let the play develop, Skip.
They are trying to set it up, but how can they set it up if are they going to blame a witness for everything that happened? How can that, Ajay? How do you see this happening?
Well, I think that it's more like if I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me. That's what I believe.
Mm.
There will definitely be some. I mean, that's a strategy if you have two people who both like they teamed up to to do a crime or something illegal, the best strategy would always be to try to split them up. So that's why you see that, they interrogate them separately. Sometimes I believe a cop can even lie, I think, in certain states at least. If I'm not, I don't know. I thought I heard someone say it or mention it somewhere. So I
Maybe
can't.
maybe it's not lie. You ingrain fiction in truth.
Yeah, so saying like your partner is talking right now. Your partner said that you did it. Things like that. That's which I think that a cop
No,
is
he
a.
didn't.
I
No,
think
he
a,
didn't. He's a mute. Or
no.
or or he's gonna sit there and say,
I've seen him do it.
Yeah, I think that yeah. So they are there. I think cops do have like the
the creative freedom
yeah to not to make those type of statements.
to
I
write
believe.
a
I'm
new
not.
script.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but what I was saying is that so usually what you want to do is you want to try to let those two people to break that bond and let them become enemies. Let them think, oh, the other one thought started talking, things of that nature.
Yeah.
And in this case, Allison is, I think, relatively safe in the sense that she has a deal with the prosecutor and ordered yeah, I don't know if it's the Justice Department, but that she would have immunity or partial immunity. I don't know what exactly the deal is in exchange for providing information that can bring down Sam Bankman-Fried fraud. And I think that the what he's now you're just seeing, two people who used to work together just bashing each other. That's basically what you're seeing.
You're
And
seeing it also with Kevin Costner.
in what sense?
Two people that were working with each other now bashing each other and
Yeah,
trying to bash each other's calls in. I don't know which one it is, but
yeah. Well, in this case, you will probably try to shift the blame on other people because Allison was, I think, wasn't she a
she was
board
the CEO
member?
of Alameda.
Yeah, she was the CEO of Alameda. So, as
And
the
that's where
CEO,
the whole the problem started, the leak started.
yeah, so you'd have a different entity that's not FTX. That was actually being run by the former girlfriend of SPF, which is Allison, and of course he will now try to say, yeah, but she's the board member, she's the director, the CEO, and she's entitled to do, or at least she's the one responsible, or she was the one responsible for running the company, and she should be held liable if something went wrong. That's not a unlikely scenario that might take place in the courtroom.
And since we're talking about Caroline Ellison, might as well continue because she was paying herself while Alameda was going down. She paid herself $22.5 million in bonuses while the 10 billion hole was created. I think we talked about this in a previous show. Is that even the people who are cooperating, their hands might be as dirty as whoever they are standing in that courtroom and pointing at, saying,
I've seen him do it.
they might be as dirty or even dirtier. Well, I don't know if it's dirtier.
And Allison is like, yeah, you know what?
This is going down the drain. Let me put something in my pocket.
Yeah,
before-
yeah. And Allison is like, yeah, but I have a deal, so I'm just gonna start talking and snitch on my former boyfriend. And SBF is like, yeah, you think you're lucky you have a deal, because I have the power and influence to pay and get out of jail. I can post bail, but you don't have the same power and influence. And if you didn't have a deal with the government, then
Because you'd be in jail.
you'd be in jail, and I wouldn't.